What's going on, people? Welcome back to another video, and we're gonna do a quick review of today's game, Real Madrid's first La Liga game against Espanyol, which obviously ended a Madrid win. Should be a win, which it was a win. We won 2-1, and I wouldn't say it was the most convincing, the most amazing performance from Madrid, but we got the job done. And that's the important part. Get the points. Get the 3 points if we're not playing well. And we got the 3 points. So the first first 20, 25 minutes, I would say we were very dominant. We were performing very well, and we looked comfortable. And Espanyol looked like, it was a mix of two things. It was us, looking dominant, looking great, / them, letting us do whatever we want, which made us look even more better, even more dominant. And, as time went by, as the game went by, after the break, that water break, the hydration break, that's when Espanyol, they started to be more dominant. They started to be more aggressive on us. They didn't let us be as comfortable as before. And also, the game changed. Ever since that break, they started to attack more. They started to be more brave, and which led to them scoring the equalizer before halftime. And, I'd say ever since that game, ever since that goal, Madrid have not looked as good, how they looked in the first 20, 25 minutes. There's been a lot of great performances, and there's been a few stinkers, I can't lie. I will talk about, the new signings first. So we'll start from the back. Kanate, solid performance. I did have a little bit doubts when he came, but today was a great performance, man. Very solid defense. I didn't look worried at all when I saw him play during that game. He was, one of our best defenders, maybe the best defender. I would say Dumfries as well. Solid defensively, had some great tackles. And he did what I expected him to do. Be a solid defender, and he is a solid defender. And who else? Bernardo Silva. Pretty steady performance, pretty decent performance of him. Tried to control the game for us. I wouldn't say it's a bad performance from him, but say it's a pretty decent performance from him. And who else? 2 more people. Diamande. He came on. Diamande Cucurella came onto the pitch, and Cucurella, I wouldn't say he had to do too much, but he hasn't done anything wrong. Just one of those. And Diamande, he came on. He's 140 million, 120 million. So even though it's not his fault, he's cost that much. It's natural for fans to start looking at him, think he could be the best player in the world. And if we're paying that much for him, then I have to look at him with high standard. I have to look at him thinking, okay, he has to give me something, bro. He has to at least give me something for me to look at and say, I can bring to the next game thinking, this guy's a star. This guy's amazing. But he came on, and I don't know if it's just me, but he looked a bit scared. He looked a bit nervous. I mean, yeah, it's Real Madrid. I don't blame him. He's at the best. He's at his dream club. He's at the best club in history. So of course he'd be nervous coming on to play for his dream club. But I'm not gonna get too much on. I'm not gonna go at him because he looked nervous and he looked like he didn't want to really take on his defender. He just wanted to do the simple things. But I think, as he gets more minutes, as time goes, Mourinho's going to be on him more. He's going to tell him, yo, express yourself. And as a winger, you have to express yourself because, that's my favorite type of wingers. The wingers that express themselves, not the wingers that are robotic, that are passing backwards every minute, that have the ball. The wingers that take on defenders and try to create chances for the team are the best wingers, or the better wingers for me. And, I can't lie, he was looking like those robotic, backward pass wingers. But I seen his highlights, I seen his clips in Leipzig, and he doesn't look like the type of guy that will pass the ball back. So I'm thinking this is just nerves. So, yeah. And Espi, you're a legend. You're a legend, bro. You're a hero. You're a gem. Because he scored the winning goal for Madrid. And I think this is going to be our most underrated signing between all of them. Because this is a guy from Levante, a striker. He's the reason why Levante stayed up with his goals. And I like a tall striker. I like a tall number 9. When we need a goal, he's going to come on and make an impact. He came on and made an impact. Scored the winning goal for us. And this is a great sign for Madrid. This is what we needed. We also needed, that striker that come on, when things aren't going well, when the results is not going our way, we can bring someone like Espi on and score the winner just like that. And would give us the 3 points to the start of our Liga season. And yeah, respect to Espi, bro. Respect to Espi because he's actually been doing well preseason as well. So I'm very happy for him. And so who else? So we're gonna talk about the stinkers. The stinkers. There's one guy that I'm thinking about has the biggest stinker today. And that is Vinicius Jr. What was he doing, bro? Ever since he got that surgery, ever since he changed his chin, bro. Yeah, he's arguably better looking now. But bro, his performances in preseason were good. But I was like, I don't want to be too harsh on him because it's preseason. But now it's like, preseason. He also played in the World Cup. And now it's first La Liga game this season. And this game was a stinker, bro. It was so bad, bro. Like, his decision-making wasn't the best. He was taking on defenders, losing the ball. Or it was very frustrating to watch, to say the very least. Decision-making, always falling to the ground, always trying to win fouls. And when you see him on TV, you're thinking, this is clearly what you're supposed to do, but he doesn't do it. Obviously, it's different when you see on TV versus when on the pitch. But, I don't know. Vini, he's not the same, man. I don't think it's the same guy anymore. He hasn't been the same since the Ballon d'Or, I can't lie to you. Like, we try to cope, try to think, he'll be back soon. But I think there has to be some serious conversation with Vini, bro, because this is not the Vini that I know. This is not the Vini I know. And this has been happening very often. Like, we have to start asking questions like, does Vini perform better with only one man? Is he reliant on one coach? Because his best performances in his career have came under Ancelotti. Everyone else, not the same. And yeah, that's the stinker. Vini. Stinker. That's the big stinker of the game. And the praises, Espi, Bellingham, but what performance Bellingham? One of our best midfielder for sure, and was our best player today. He he bring his World Cup momentum to the season, and it showed today. It's dribbling, aerial duels, ground duels. He was the threat for Madrid, in my opinion, and Goulet as well. His set pieces, his set pieces were solid. His set pieces were on point. That's one thing I always praise about Goulet is that his set pieces are always dangerous. Like compared to everyone else trying to do set pieces for Madrid, his is always a threat, always a chance created. So, Goulet, you know, great performance from him as well. And yeah, we won our first game. That's important. Now we move on to the next game, and we actually play on Wednesday against Sociedad, if I'm not wrong. And we got to play at home. So we move on to the next. We have to get 3 points immediately on Wednesday again. And yeah, let the season begin.